So I would like to conclude the basics of yoga that we have discussed so far, and it will be more action based. Okay, so what is the action that we need to do now? So we have this understanding of where we are going and what are the obstacles and our need to practice our real free will. Now, I would like to give you a little bit of meditation that I've just touched in the last video as well, of intense and active effort. What is this intense and active effort? So, every day when you finish any activity, or before any activity, or during any activity, just keep on coming back to this state. I'm not the doer, I'm the witness. Same is for your mental activity as well. When there is mental engagement, I don't know, we do so much of things in our mind. So every once in a while, catch yourself. I am not this activity. I am the witness of this activity. Similarly, let's talk about actions. So there's a beautiful story of a very renowned monk, a very senior monk. Uh, so he was practicing this witness consciousness, and as he was a senior in the tradition, or that whole group of people, he was considered as a senior. A lot of people used to come and they used to ask him so many things. They used to have ask him so many questions around spirituality. They used to question, what is this, what is that. So many outside forces were impacting him, and thus he was not able to focus too much on this witness consciousness. So one day he decided to run away. He secretly, in the middle of the night, ran away, dropped all his, senior monkhood position and dropped everything. And already he has dropped so much because he was actually practicing his free will of the soul, what your soul wants, not what your mental conditioning wants. Free will of what the deepest of aspect of you is craving. So he was already exercising that free will, and now he again, when even monkhood became like householder situation where so much of outside forces are impacting us, so he decided to give that away as well. And he ran away. He withdrew into some isolated village where nobody knew him. He went there and just lived like a normal monk. He one day he was found, brooming the street. He was cleaning the whole street up, picking up the garbage and cleaning the whole thing up. Somebody asked, "Why are you doing this?" That somebody was who kind of knew that he had a doubt that this person is a senior monk in some other institution. He had a doubt, and he was just checking, like, is it really that guy? He went to him and asked him, like, are you this? He was silent, and he didn't say anything because he knew that once he'll reveal who he is, then there will be chaos again. So he silently asked, So he didn't really answer those questions directly. And after a while, the person who was asking this question, his friend also came, who was completely sure that this monk is a senior monk in that institution. And they, both of them, when they suddenly realized, okay, this is the monk, he's the senior monk of that institution, they just came and bowed down, oh, and like they were very submissive to him. Like he was like, the people worship you as God, and people say so much highly about you, and you are here cleaning, you are here sweeping, you're collecting garbage. Like, what is this? Like, why are you cleaning the road? And the monk said, because it is dirty. The reason why I am cleaning the whole street is because it is dirty. The point is, there was no identification with the action. He didn't had the sense of I am the doer of that action, the impurity that we were talking about earlier. He was cleaning the street because it was dirty. So similarly, in this spirit, the reason I just told you this story is so that you can reflect upon how many things we like to engage in and we don't like to engage in because we have the strong idea of I am the doer. And once that, I'm not saying go around and start cleaning streets. I'm just saying that once you drop this idea of I am the doer, so much more freedom will come to you. And isn't that what we are really after? Freedom. We try to find it in so many ways in the outside world, and we never really get there. Once we get to whatever we think of as freedom, we want something more, and we start thinking of that as freedom, and we're never going to find real freedom. Similarly, in this very story, you can see that that monk didn't had the conclusion of that that garbage or that whatever the street dirty was, that is filth and that is bad. Since he didn't had that conclusion, he was able to do it. He was free. He was able to do it freely. So the point is, if you really, really, really want freedom and you do so much in the name of freedom, why not go for it once and for all and be free for real? Be actually free. And you'll only be free once your very consciousness is free. Right now, the consciousness is identified with so many things. This body, this. We have already talked about it. The three limitations, right? Again, I'll keep on coming back to them. I just want you to ingrain these things in your mind, that identification, limited conclusions, and limited actions. These are real impurities, and these will never let you be free. So, if you really want freedom, keep on coming back to the witness consciousness throughout the day and stop making conclusions and stop recognizing and dividing things in the name of good and bad. Stop, you know, wanting to engage in certain thing and not wanting to engage in other things because, again, you have certain idea of who the doer is. If we can keep all these things aside and also very actively pursue that witness consciousness state, then the destination is not so far. Thousands and thousands of people, I'll say millions of people, millions of yogis, millions of sages, seers, siddhas, masters in India, in the Himalayan region, right here nearby. People have attained to this reality. They have written about it, they have talked about it, they have experienced it, they have lived it, they have transmitted it. It is very much possible. But the thing is, the effort has to be there. effort of not only the negation part, but also intense and active effort of wanting to be in that witness consciousness. That intense and active effort has to be there. I hope you'll bring these things into your life. And again, I'll say the same thing, I'll keep on repeating the same thing. Not only hear these things, not only talk about these things, but actually make these things a real living experience for yourself. That is where freedom is, that is where victory is, that is where, you know, real fulfillment is. Namaskaram.